Hello, I'm Yutaka Watanabe, a certified tax accountant. Welcome to the channel. Tax Accountant Nabe solves your money problems. Today, I will be talking about handling tax audits on your own advantages. Now, for many business owners, tax audits are somewhat stressful and uncomfortable topic. Normally, most people would think I should just leave it to my tax accountant. And indeed, that is the standard and safest approach. However, today, I'd like to introduce a different perspective. Another option, handling the tax audits yourself. This approach may significantly reduce costs, and in some cases, it may even be manageable on your own. Let's take a deeper look at this possibility. First, let's briefly review what a tax audit is. A tax audit is essentially an inspection conducted by a tax officer to verify whether your company's accounting records and tax filings are accurate. For corporations, it is often said that audits occur roughly once every few years. The duration of an audit can range from 1 or 2 days to several days, depending on the case. Combined with the uncertainty of when it might happen, it can be quite stressful for business owners. Now, imagine this. What would you do if you received a notice today saying, "We will be visiting your officer for a tax audit tomorrow"? Most people would probably take one immediate action, call their tax accountant in a panic, and say something serious has happened, leaving it a professional fees like the safest and most natural response. But today, I'd like to suggest a completely different approach. You are the business owner, taking the lead and dealing with the tax audits yourself. You might think, isn't that too risky? However, there are actually significant advantages hidden in this approach. Let's go through them one by one. The most obvious advantage is financial. Naturally, hiring a professional comes with fees. Depending on the scale of the audit, the cost of having a tax accountant handle it can easily reach hundreds of thousands of yen. However, if you handle it yourself, this cost becomes literally zero. For small and medium-sized business owners who prioritize cash flow, this is a major benefit. It means you can allocate those saved funds to investments or ease your financial management. In that sense, it is more than just cost cutting. It directly contributes to your business strategy. But the value does not end there. In fact, beyond the financial benefits, there is an even greater advantage: direct communication. When a tax accountant acts as an intermediary, your intentions and the reality of your business are inevitably filtered. Though another person, even highly skilled professionals, cannot perfectly eliminate this gap. On the other hand, when you communicate directly with the tax auditors, you can convey your business model, the background of your transactions and your decision-making process in your own words. The daily operations, the reasoning behind each transaction, and the story behind your numbers. Not one understands these better than you, the business owner. For example, why a certain expense occurred, or what background led to particular transaction. These details often lose nuance when explained by a third party, but when you explain them yourself, the full context and intent can be communicated clearly. After all, tax auditors are also human. They can recognize sincerity and transparency when they see it. Interestingly, these advantages create a chain effect. First, you save costs. Second, direct communication reduces misunderstandings. And third, going through the entire process yourself deepens your understanding of your own business. Preparing for a tax audit requires you to thoroughly review your accounting records and past transactions. In doing so, you may notice areas where your management was not as precise as it could be, or where improvements can be made. These insights are extremely valuable as they directly contribute to improving your management and accounting practices going forward. In other words, what initially seems like a major crisis, a tax audit can actually become a rare opportunity to reassess your company from the ground up and rediscover its true essence. This is no longer just a tax issue. It is a valuable experience that can elevate you as a business owner. Of course, this does not mean that tax accountants are unnecessary. In case involving complex tax issues or significant financial risk, you should absolutely consult a professional. However, instead of outsourcing everything from the beginning, adopting a mindset where you take the lead can significantly strengthen your capabilities as a business owner. Finally, I'd like to ask you one question. Who understands your business most deeply? It is its vision, passion, and subtle nuance. The answer to that question may hold the key to what you should do next. Today, I talked about handling a tax audit on your own advantage. For more information on tax audits, please also visit the website of Yutaka Watanabe Tax Audit Office. We will continue to share contents related to money, so please subscribe to the channel. Tax Accountant Nabe solves your money problems.